You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes for Sean Baker. One man to beat. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead. The box. Headed by McQuaid, and in they score! The Braves get it back. Quick shot, and a score for San Diego. Right open for Rossi. He gets it. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, power punch. Out of the shot, and a goal! Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang, brings heaven. Let's see, they shoot it, score!
A picturesque fall evening here in Pittsford, New York. The leaves are starting to turn. The weather is perfect. And Week 6 of Monroe County High School football gets underway as the Pittsford Panthers host the visiting James Monroe Red Jackets AA high school football here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I am Bill Smith, your all-in-one play-by-play color pre- and post-game party host, overlooking beautiful Ordway Field here on a gorgeous October evening in Pittsford. The Pittsford Panthers 3-2 on the year and in third place in the 18 AA standings here, coming off an emotional statement win last week. A couple of their guys have said that this week versus Victor last week at Victor, winning 27-7 in, like I said, a statement win. Those guys were very proud. Monroe comes in 0-5, but that record is very deceiving. This is a team that's lost 3 games by 1 score, falling to Hilton last week by 6 points. Losing by 2 versus Rush Henrietta and dropping an incredible 2 overtime game versus these same Pittsford Panthers on opening day, 43-36. That game, a slugfest. This is a Rocky fight. This is a cross bang, no blocks, featuring the teams trading big plays in the first quarter. Monroe's Noah Hill connecting with Jaden Johnson for an 80-yard strike in the first quarter. Pittsford's Caleb Lewis connects with Jake LaRocca for a 44-yard score in the first quarter, and it was just a race to the end. Both coaching staffs this week told me at different times that these are now different teams. We've had a few games since. Head coach Mullins from Pittsburgh and coach Jason Muhammad from Monroe both told me that their teams have evolved for this point. Pittsford has a newly healthy offensive line driving their team, especially last week at Victor. And Monroe has clawed and scrapped and fought their way, showing a lot of grit and getting better and better each and every week. The standings starting to come together for sectionals, which come up here in just a couple of weeks. Pittsford in a battle right in the middle of the pack there with 2-3 Victor and 2-3 Rush Henrietta and 2-3 Hilton. Here you see the standings right in front of you now. Aquinas and McQuaid leading the way at 5-0. Fairport at 1-4. Monroe, like I said, lost 3 very close games, so that 0-5 record deceiving. This is a team that can surprise anybody on any given night. Monroe comes in featuring the talents of some of their starting offensive players. We will see the talents of one Noah Hill, the quarterback. This is a kid with a quick trigger and a big arm. On the other side of the ball, you've got starting quarterback for Pittsford, Caleb Lewis. Strong, tall, knows his stuff, experienced. And at this time, we're going to pause for the national anthem.
Sung for us this evening by the concert choir from both Pittsford Mendon and Pittsford Sutherland High School.
Through the perilous fight,
A raucous homecoming Pittsford crowd here, ready for tonight's matchup with the visiting Monroe Red Jackets. Teams will take the field any moment now. I want to thank everybody one more time, or maybe for the second time, I guess, for joining us tonight here from Pittsford. Coaching staff's getting announced right now. Pittsford's Keith Molinich, assisted by Mr. Jason Burness, Mr. Vincent Giacomo, Mr. Steve Marriott, Mr. Todd Lewis, Mr. Zarel Hendrick, Mr. Dennis Lewis, and Mr. Steve Romano. On the other side of the field, you've got head coach Terrell Cunningham with his staff, Jason Muhammad, Rob Howell, Bruce Blue, Jason Mathis, Omar Hill, Mark Morrison, and Sam Casarino will join him. Monroe comes in a very experienced team. You've got a roster full of juniors and seniors and players that have been playing on this team for 3 or even 4 years. This is a team that knows how to work hard. This is a team that knows how to battle. Like I said a couple different times, and I'm sure it'll come up here and there, this is a team that has lost a couple of games by a single score. They've been in most of their games. Pittsford comes in off that emotional win last week, a big victory at Victor, going down to Victor, a tough place to play, and winning that big game 27-7. Pittsford has had some health issues early in the season. They've gotten healthier. We've talked about that. The offensive line coming together. This week, the quarterback, Caleb Lewis, talked to us about the hard work this team has put in day to day. This is a brotherhood, the Pittsford Panthers players. More than one of them have said. This is a team that has come together over the last few weeks, and they are fighting to get into that top few, stay in that top few, I should say, at the top of the Class AA standings. Some players we will see out there tonight, in addition to Noah Hill from Monroe. Wide receiver Jayden Johnson. This is a kid that uses every bit of his 6'3" frame. This is a big, strong athlete. Goes up, fights for the ball, catches those high battles up top. He is a wide receiver getting some serious, you see him right there on your screen, number 12, getting some serious college interest. He makes big plays, runs excellent routes. I talked to a opposition coach of both of these squads from the Hilton coaching staff this week. Everyone is impressed with this kid. He high points the ball very well. He's got great range and runs excellent routes. Christopher Edmonds, number 2 on your roster, also a 6'3" wide receiver, also very athletic, runs a very, very, very diverse route tree. This is a kid you'll see all over the field. You'll see him in the slot. You'll see him run up down the sideline. A dynamite athlete. Christian James, smaller, elusive, great athlete coming out of the backfield. On the other side of the ball, leading the way in the backfield for the Pittsford Panthers, number 3, Nick Senko. He is their leading rusher, 98 carries in these 5 games, but he's averaging 5.78 yards a carry. Dynamite runner. Jackson Green, who has missed much of this season, wide receiver. He scored a couple of touchdowns last week at Victor. Actually made the number 6 play of the week. We may see some of those plays of the week at halftime. A couple of big plays, 50-plus yard touchdowns against Victor just a week ago. Teams on the field getting ready to kick off here. The Pittsford Panthers kicking away to Monroe. Folks, hope you are settled in nicely. Our press box is shaking. This fan base is so excited right now. My feet are moving out from under me. But we are ready to roll here from Pittsford. Settle in, everybody. Pittsford going right to left on your computer screen. Monroe going left to right. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. Ball will bounce through. Johnson lets it scoot into the end zone for the touchback. Monroe will take over at the 30-yard line. The 25-yard line. Haven't had a play yet, and Bill Smith needs to correct himself. We're going to get this going here, folks. Tail of tape here you see on your computer screen. Monroe comes in at 0-5. We've talked about those close games that they've played. This is a team that will fight. Pittsford coming in 3-2, just edging that points per game edge over the defense right there. That leads to that record. In the backfield, Noah Hill back there with him right there is Mark Mathis. Hill flips a mouth guard to his center. That's tremendous. At the snap, Hill looking downfield. Quick strike, fires to the left side, got his man. Here comes Johnson around, moving to his right, trying to fight off a tackle, gets dragged down by Cooper Wilton. That was Robinson, not Johnson. Good battle coming across the middle of the field. Wilton drags him down. Big play to start this game. 1st and 10 for Monroe. Christian Rosario. Champagne Poppy will snap that ball. Hill drops back, looking left, now rolling to his left, pressure in the backfield. Getting chased around, he's going to scoot out of bounds, taken down late in the play. He was knocked down out of bounds by Trey Wallman. That was Ignat Foman. Ignat Foman all over the field. Flag on the play. We will see what this is. The 15-yard penalty against Monroe will back them up quite a bit. First and it appears 25 yards. Hill in the backfield. Gets the snag, goes over little, starts to roll right, now moving to his left, pressure in the backfield, gets the ball away, finds his man. That's Robinson once again, pushed out of bounds on that other side of the field from us by Tyler Shatters. Two plays in a row here. Hill has been under pressure. One of the things that's impressed me watching film of Hill this week, this kid has a very quick trigger. Not the tallest quarterback back there, but he's elusive, can move with his feet, strong arm, and gets rid of the ball quickly. Two plays there where he has had pressure in the backfield, has had to show that off. But he's got a real quick delivery. 2nd and long here for the Red Jackets. Hill back. Looking left, finds his man. He's got a man near the sideline. Dodges a tackle, pushes off a tackle, I should say. And there's Jayden Johnson, the dynamite wide receiver, the senior from Monroe. Cook takes him down. There's a big play that sets up 3rd and 5 or so for the Red Jackets. These chunk plays, they were at a 1st and 25, but here we are at 3rd and 5. So far, these Monroe receivers, very athletic. Finding their space, and Hill is finding his guys. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Hill drops back, deep drop, floats one over the middle, finds his guy once again. That's Robinson again. Senko on the tackle down there. Here's another look at it. Looking over the middle. Deep drop, floating pass. Robinson goes up and gets it. Gets taken down. Ignat Foman was in there as well on the tackle. One of the defensive leaders on this squad for Pittsburgh, Ignat Foman. You see him right there lined up on the left side, the left edge. He drops back into coverage. Handoff inside, trying to break a tackle, and does. Busts through, gets about 4 hard-earned yards. That's Mark Mathis. Mathis gets taken down by Tyler Shatters. 2nd and 7 coming up here as Monroe has moved the ball across midfield. So far, the penalty, the only thing holding Monroe back. They have been moving the ball really well on this opening drive. Split set with a running back behind him out of the shotgun. Hill once again gives the Mathis. Mathis met inside, taken down. That is a big tackle right there in the middle of the field by Evan Nesmith. Rhodey in there on the assist. Nesmith was right there. Big body taking him down right in the middle of the line. Nesmith here on my roster listed at 6'4", 310. That is a big athletic kid on the tackle.
Third down and 7.
3rd and 7 here for Monroe. Noah Hill once again operating out of the shotgun. This time Mathis just off his right, moves him left. Hill drops back. Mathis picks up a blitz. Pass goes right, does get caught, but taken down short of the mark. That was to Edmonds. Edmond gets dragged down. Wilton's in there with Senko on the tackle. Wilton just crossed in front of your screen. 4th down and 4, but on the other side of the 40-yard line. Monroe looks like they're going to go for it here. Hill in conversation with his coach on the far side of the field. He's bringing a play in here, but the Red Jackets are going to go for it. They've been moving the ball well. There's no reason not to here. Setting up on the right hash. Hill. Mathis to his left. Takes the snap, looks over the field. Zips a pass to his left. Does not find his man. Broken up inside. Nice play breaking that up by Foreman. Correction, that's Sam Renica in there. You see this play once again. Here's Hill. Renica gets a hand in there, then comes down hard. Renica shaken up on the field. We hope he's okay. As they attend to Renica, Pittsford will take over at their own 36-yard line here in just a moment. Real nice play getting inside there. That was the first incompletion that Noah Hill has thrown. Trying to find that. We are going to move here to a short, as Renica comes off the field. We're staying live with you here, folks. Young man looks okay. We hope he is, as the Pittsford offense heads out onto the field. Caleb Lewis will be joined out there by Nick Senko at running back, Jackson Green at wide receiver. Kiara Edwards will be playing some running back today. AJ DeMayo will play some running back today. Brennan Smith will play some tight end today. Jake Larocca, the senior, at wide receiver. And here we go with Lewis in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, finds his man. Down here he's got Green. Green dodges the tackle, gets taken down by a couple of guys. Side of the field over here. Tackled by Elijah Salim. Mathis was in there as well. 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and 1 as our press box is shaking once again. This Pittsford crowd is very into this. Handoff inside, goes left. Battling for first down yardage. Senko pushes ahead for a gain of about 5. He will have a first down for Pittsford. Chauncey White-Oliver in on the tackle. Christian Edmonds was in there as well. Jackson Green on your screen, a dynamite wide receiver, had a big game last week, a couple of touchdowns, 10 catches for 177 on the year, 2 touchdowns last week against Victor. Dropping back Lewis. Lewis looking long. Got his man down there, but overshoots him by a few yards. Looking for Green. Almost premonition there. The graphic comes up, and he looks for him down the sideline for what would have been a 52-yard strike. Green gets overshot, and we'll have a 2nd and 10 from just shy of midfield. Lewis, the junior quarterback, 6'2", 185, strong arm kid, standing there. He's got Senko to his left. Now looks right on the snap. Finds his man, gets it outside to Wilton. Dodges a tackle, goes out of bounds near first down yardage. Chased out of bounds down at that end by Jayden Johnson. flag on the play may bring this back. Wilton doesn't look happy. Penalty against Pittsford will back this play up. We will have a 2nd and long now. That negates the nice play by Cooper Wilton over on the far side from our position. Lewis. Shotgun, fakes to Senko. Now rolling pressure in the backfield and taken down. Sack in the backfield by Divine Thomas. Pressure back there from Thomas and the linebacker Juan Rivera. Rivera, a kid that watching film of this team is all over the field. You'll see Rivera drop into coverage. You'll see Rivera in the backfield. This is a linebacker who's got an eye for the ball, Rivera. But a great defensive play back there by Divine Thomas. 3rd and long now coming up for Pittsford. Three receivers split left, coming close to our camera. Lewis takes a snap. Pressure in the backfield once again. He decides to run out of there. He's going to get taken down by a host of guys, among them Christian Rosario. Rosario and Salim in there. A 4th and 18 will force Pittsford to punt here. Back deep is Johnson. Punt is away. Big kick. Johnson decides to field it. The official's gonna spot it just shy of the goal line. Wellman with the tackle down there. Monroe will be backed up big time. Johnson with a questionable decision to field that ball. It took a Pittsford bounce, a big kick. Took a Pittsford bounce. He fields it right at the 1-yard line. Very fortunate that got called dead there, and that wasn't 2 points for Pittsford. Monroe now right on their own goal line. We'll start 1st and 10 here. 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Still no score here from beautiful Ordway Field in Pittsford, New York. Pittsford Panthers hosting the Monroe Red Jackets. Give this to Mathis. Plugs ahead, gets stopped inside. Good wrap-up tackle inside by Nathan Rohde. Mathis put his foot in the ground, made a cut, but Rohde was right there to wrap him up. Monroe right here trying to string together a couple of plays just to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. This is a team that can make some big plays, but this is a dangerous spot to be no matter what offense you are. Hill drops back, pressure coming, gets the ball away, finds his man. Over on this side, you've got Unique Jackson, tackled by his opposite number, Tyler Shatters. 10 tackles, 10 brings up a 3rd and long. Pressure came from the outside. It looked like Cooper Wilton. There was that quick trigger I mentioned before, and we'll probably mention again from Noah Hill. That kid gets the ball out very, very quickly. He'll also change arm angles depending on which way he's running, where the pressure is coming from. This is a kid that in baseball terms you might see almost throw a submariner type of pitch. And now a timeout on the field. Monroe calls timeout. We will take a short break right here.
This game was definitely a statement game for us. I think we kind of went in, with our hearts in the right place, knowing that, our season was kind of like on the line against victory.
Our defense was outstanding. 0 points on our defense. Our offense was very good. We were great on all fronts pretty much last week.
Shutting down the passing game was really big for us. Only one pass allowed the entire game. Defense really just stepped up in every single aspect.
Team play, 3 phases of the game came together. It was great to get Jackson Green back to elongate the field. That helped us out a great deal in the run game.
First, it started with practice. We kind of dialed more in at practice and were able to get better looks from our scout team, and really helped us in the game because we saw the stuff before, and really we're all just clicking on all cylinders.
We came out and battled throughout that entire game. It wasn't an easy game to win, but we fought, and we fought harder than them, so we came out to win.
Long 3rd and 7 from the shadow of their goal line. Noah Hill drops back for Monroe. Pressure coming over the middle. Ball is picked off. Picked off by the Panthers. Now brought back. Rumbling toward the goal line and in for the touchdown. Nick Senko. Nick Senko comes up with the pick here in the first quarter. Rumbles it back. Officially from that 3-yard line for a 3-yard touchdown. Picks this off right here on your screen out near the 12-yard line. Recovers, finds his way left. Dodges a couple tackles right here, cuts back, finds his way to the goal line and in for the Pittsford score. And the 2-point conversion is good. Flag on the play as Caleb Lewis did get across the goal line. Appears to be a face mask against Monroe that will not matter here. The 2-point conversion is good. And your score right here with 3:05 left in the first quarter, 8-0 Pittsford on the Senko INT return for a touchdown. Take another look at it right here. Pressured on the outside by Jack Frisello. Nick Senko with the INT. Senko had 2 touchdowns and the game-clinching interception in double overtime against this same Monroe team back in week 1, that slugfest we mentioned before. 43-36, Pittsford wins in double overtime. Senko scores twice in the overtime, both in the first overtime and the second. And then he picks off a Noah Hill pass late in that second overtime to seal it. Senko comes up again here with an enormous play to put Pittsford ahead 8-0. Due to the penalty, the kickoff will actually come from the Monroe side of midfield. You don't see this a lot. Philip Noyes will put his foot in the ground and kick one from the Monroe 45. Line drive kick sails out past the end line and through for the touchback. You watch the sport a long time and you see something new. I have never seen a kick off, I should say, kicked from the wrong side of midfield. Nick Senko all over the field. Running back leading this team on offense, one of the offensive leaders, I really should say there, on the offensive side of the ball for Pittsford. And right there, Senko in his defensive back position comes up with the INT, takes it home for the touchdown. That play really due to that pressure from Jack Frisello getting right in Noah Hill's face. Monroe now comes back down 8-0. Hill in the shotgun. Mathis to his left. Takes a snap. Whistle on the play. Penalty here against Monroe. A delay coming out of that change of possession. Hill gives inside to Mathis. Mathis trying to break free. Gets dragged down by a couple of guys, including Nathan Rohde. In there with him. Jackson Nixon in on the tackle with him. Second and 12 for Monroe. Tight end set, 2 receivers wide to our side here. Inside handoff once again to Mathis, just trying to push for a couple of yards here. Shatters in on the tackle. Good push in the middle there from Robert Foltz, the defensive lineman for Pittsford. Ben Reefstick, sorry young man, pushing right there at the line as well with them. Jack Frisello, who had that pressure before. Rohde moves his lineman. Rohde looking like he's coming through the middle. He is. Here comes Rohde on a blitz. Hill drops back, fires left over his man. Good coverage on the far side of the field from where we're sitting from Ignat Foman. Foman okay after being shaken up earlier in the game. That pass was intended for Robinson. Fourth and 10 here. The aforementioned linebacker Juan Rivera will line up to punt it away from Monroe. Back deep here are Senko and Renica. Rivera kicks it away. Wobbly kick, hits near. Dragged down Renica is by Mathis and Montalvo, Milky Montalvo. Pittsford will take over on the Monroe side of the field, 1st and 10. Here you see the schedule matchups for these two schools and where we've gotten to at this point. The 3-2 Panthers, you see their road to this point here. A win last week at Victor following a loss to Hilton the week before. Same Cadets last week defeating the Monroe Red Jackets. Monroe the week before at Aquinas. Both of these teams will see Fairport in the next couple of weeks. Pittsford ending with a big game against McQuaid. Here's Lewis now. Drops, turns to his right, finds his man. Good tackle in the backfield down on the other side from our position by Robinson. Green, your receiver down there. Green, the dynamite athlete. A phenomenal basketball player who hasn't played a ton of football in his high school career. And this year, especially last week against Victor, playing extremely well, lighting up the scoreboard last week. Green comes down here to close to our side of the field. Motion from the receiver this way. Handoff goes inside and breaking a tackle. Here comes Senko. Senko up the right side. Dragged down by Jayden Johnson. Big gain. 22-plus yards on the play by Senko. 1st down, Pittsford. Here you see it again. Turns right, flips over a tackle right there. Turns, fights for a couple more yards. Elijah Salim down there on the tackle as well. 1st down from the 25, 24-yard line for Pittsford. Lewis fakes the handoff, fires right, got his man, and walking into the end zone for the touchdown, Jackson Green. At the snap, Green took a turn inside, turned to his right, came across the middle. Lewis fires a strike. You'll see it right here. Turns, finds his man in space, and Green shrugs off the tackle from Christian James and strolls into the end zone for the Pittsford touchdown. Kick is good from Philip Noyes. And this game is quickly turned to 15-0 Pittsford here with a couple of seconds left, 21 seconds and change there here in the first quarter. Lewis to Green, a dangerous combination last week a couple different times. Lewis to Green, a dangerous combination this week here in the first quarter. Pittsford on top right now, 15-0. Monroe, a team that can score. This is not a team that can't put the ball in the air and come down with it and get the ball in the end zone. It's not a team that's afraid of anything. The first drive of the game, Noah Hill found a couple different receivers and completed a few different passes. That was the bread and butter early, and that's been a strong suit for this Monroe offense this year. The ground game hasn't gotten the big yards the last couple of possessions. We'll see what Monroe comes with here after this kickoff from Noyes. Kickoff bounces down. Johnson fields it, and here he comes. This is actually 52. Salim Rumble still has the ball. Out around midfield, gets dragged just across midfield. Good physical return down there from Elijah Salim. Spencer cut in on the tackle. Salim with a dynamite return. This is going to set up Monroe for an answer right here. 10 seconds left in the first quarter, but Monroe on the other side of the 50-yard line. I wouldn't say they're working with a short field here, but 49 yards is shorter than 50, folks. I teach art, but every now and then I get the math right. Christian Rosario will snap it to Noah Hill. Hill's got Mathis to his right. Hill drops back, looks to his right. Now pressure. Scoots out of the backfield and gets taken down. Dives ahead, gets tagged as he drops to the ground by Nathan Rohde. Foltz back there as well. And the first quarter comes to an end. You hear that whistle at the end of one quarter play here in Pittsford. It is the Pittsford Panthers 15, the Monroe Red Jackets 0. We will break here quickly. You are watching high school football on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazi, he gets it, Perazi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman, what a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is gonna take this the other direction, make it, touchdown East.
Welcome back to Ordway Field in Pittsford. The Pittsford Panthers hosting the Monroe Red Jackets in this AA battle here in Monroe County football. Your score right now, just as we get the second quarter underway, 15-0 Panthers on top. Story of that first quarter, a couple of dynamite plays to score. Nick Senko takes in the interception from Noah Hill, puts Pittsford ahead 8-0. And then after a punt, gives the Panthers a short field. Lewis to Green for the touchdown. 15-0 is where we stand as Monroe comes back out onto the field here to start this second quarter. Some discrepancy on where the ball should be placed, perhaps, as they talk through it. Here's the interception return by Senko. Rumbled through a couple of would-be tacklers down there near the goal line for the touchdown. Once again, this was the same kid that scored 2 touchdowns in overtime against Monroe back in September and sealed the game with an interception in that game as well. Hill takes the snap. Inside handoff to Mathis. Once again, met inside. A lot of bodies in there. Among them, Reefstick. Reefstick in there with Nathan Rohde. That defensive line for Pittsford generating a lot of pressure. That's what forced the interception. It's forced Hill out of the pocket a couple different times. We've seen pressure coming up the middle from Frischello, or off the left edge, I should say, a couple different times. Johnson and Robinson split to Hill's left. Edmonds on the other side of the field. Another whistle. Another delay of game penalty against Monroe. That's their second of the game on that. That's play calling coming in maybe a little late. Maybe the Monroe Red Jackets getting together on the line a little bit slower than normal. That's twice in the first 17 minutes or so of this game. Hill drops back. Pressure coming, but he gets over the middle. Long ball down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Intercepted in the middle of the field by Caleb Lewis. Lewis coming back to the right, gets dragged down. Tackled down close to us by Deshaun Constantine, the sophomore lineman, but Caleb Lewis on the other side of the ball. That's your quarterback right here as a defensive back making the pick. Pittsford will take over. Pittsford will take over on the Monroe side of the field. 46 yards to the end zone here. Outstanding play to find that ball through all that traffic by Lewis. Lewis now back on the other side of the ball. Shotgun snap. Gives inside. Stiff arm from Senko. Pushes White Oliver. Christian James came in to help on that tackle. Good power run from Senko, the senior runner here for Pittsford. Senko and Lewis making their presence felt on both sides of the ball. Both kids with an interception today. Motion comes from Jake LaRocca. Ball gets given to LaRocca. He tries to spin around, find his way to the other side of the field. He gets tackled by Christian James. This brings up 3rd and 2 here for the Panthers. Nice way to change fields there by LaRocca. Went in motion. Came back the other way. LaRocca now split right in the backfield. Green on the other side. LaRocca in motion. Inside handoff to Senko. Senko pushes right. Battles for about 7 yards and a first down. Tackled down there by Rivera, I should say. First down, Pittsford. Here's Nick Senko, one of our impact players. The senior running back, 566 yards on the season coming in to today. Also caught 8 balls for 70 yards. This is one of the offensive leaders and clearly, from the evidence of today's game, one of the defensive leaders as well. The rock in motion once again. Lewis takes the snap, looks left, fakes the throw, goes left. He's got Green over the top. Green is there. Green can't find the handle. Ball drops out of bounds. Good coverage over there from Roberto Robinson. Another look at this little shuffle fake right there outside, then over the top to Green. Green has a step on Robinson and just can't quite get the handle. Robinson gets a hand in right at the last minute. That's real good defensive coverage down there. The Monroe junior, Roberto Robinson, good wide receiver in his own right on the other side of the ball, makes a real nice play down there. Rock in motion once again. Lewis, hand off to Senko. Inside, Senko pushes ahead. Dragged down again by Rivera. Gets about 4 yards on that play. The louder voice in the stadium says 5. We'll go with 5. Lewis once again. Senko once again. Battles forward, pushes. Gets close to the mark. He's going to be very close if he doesn't have it. It looks like he might be a yard short. Killing's in on the tackle. Fourth and a short one. Pittsford quickly comes to the line. They are going to go for it. Lewis takes the snap inside to Senko. Senko goes right, gets his way around the corner, finds some space, tripped up at the 10-yard line. First down and more, taken down by Christian James. Were it not for that James trip, Senko might have found his way in the end zone for the second time today. Here's another look at it. Dodges that dive from Rivera, and that just gets tripped. Mathis might have had his number right there if he doesn't get tripped, but a dynamite play to break a tackle and get positive yards here. First and 10 from the 12. Lewis looking over the middle, finds his man, touchdown Pittsford. Lewis on a strike to Green once again. Lewis to Green once again, second time today. Pittsford will go for 2 once again. That just unorthodox setup. The snap goes left. The try goes in. Here's the pass once again. Lewis looking for Green, finds him. Green with great hands, goes up, pulls that ball down. And after the try, we've got 23-0 in favor of the Pittsford Panthers. Pittsford getting ready to kick the ball away here. 7:18 to play here in the second quarter. Already with a 23-0 score here. Got a shot there of head coach Keith Mullinich. He talked to me this week about how proud he was of his team coming together over the past few weeks. They've had a little adversity and a couple of losses. They've got 3 wins on the year. Big win last week against Victor, as we mentioned a couple different times. He's very proud of where his team sits right now. And I would imagine that is definitely the case if we got in his head right now at 23-0 here in the second quarter. But this is a Monroe team that can make big plays and get right back in this. Philip Noyes puts his foot in the ground, ball in the air. Kickoff sails all the way to the goal line. Fielded and brought up by Johnson. Johnson looks to cut left, now turning. Dodges a tackle, gets to the outside. Shoved out of bounds by a couple of guys, among them Brett Spiegel. Spencer cut in on the tackle as well. Monroe will start at their own 30-yard line. Once again, you got to look at the standings here across Monroe County, Class A, AA, AA, and B. We are working here in the middle of AA. Pittsford looking to keep their lead on Victor, RH, and Hilton. Monroe looking for that first win of the year. Very capable team and looking to get out of that hole they have right now. Noah Hill in the backfield, takes the snap, looks right, fires, finds his man, trips, coming back inside. That was Unique Jackson. Jackson came up, hobbled a little bit. A couple of yards on that play will bring up 2nd and 8. James Cook shifting from right to left on the linebacker set here for Pittsford. Lewis under center. That's Hill, I should say. Forgive me, correction. Hill finds his man. Here's Edmonds. Edmonds fumble. Ball ends up bouncing out of bounds. Shatters in on the tackle. 3rd and a couple here. Fortunate bounce for the Monroe Red Jackets right there. Ben Reestick, Nathan Rohde holding down that line. Foreman right there on your screen. Idlin cuts across your screen in the defensive backfield. Hill, deep step drop. Pressure coming, fires left. Can't quite find his man. Overshoots Roberto Robinson. Covered by Tyler Shatters in there. Slap on the back from Reestick for that coverage. 4th and 2 for Monroe here. And it looks like Monroe's got a decision to make. I do see Juan Rivera strolling onto the field, so it looks like they may punt this ball away. Elijah Salim, Amari Jackson holding down the line for Monroe. Rivera punts the ball away. Good kick. Takes a great Monroe bounce, trickling down toward the 10-yard line. It'll get downed at around the 11 by Trey Rivers. Pittsford will take over down at their 11-yard line. 5:59 to play here. Pittsford sitting with a 23-0 lead. Jack Van Buren, Nate Cole, Evan Nesmith helping to hold down the trenches for Pittsford here as they come back out on the field. Lewis with a deep drop once again in the shotgun. Both these quarterbacks operating on the shotgun most of today. Handoff comes inside to Senko. Senko tries to turn right. Gets dragged down by Rivera. Block upfield from Jack Armanini. LaRocca split well wide here to Lewis's right. Green on the other side, well left. Handoff is to Senko. Senko turning left, finds a hole. Gets through space and gets thrown down. Suplex tackle down there by 56, Rajon Lott. Physical tackle down there by the Monroe junior Lott. Play does result, though, in a Pittsford first down. Another unique setup here. Nesmith, the offensive lineman, lined up well left. A couple others. Pass is complete. Bounced around a little bit. Tackled outside down there by Jackson. LaRocca comes up with the reception. A very unique formation at the line of scrimmage. Only 3 guys lined up right there in the trenches. 3 left, 3 right. You had one of your big tackles, 6'4", Evan Smith, well wide, laying a block on that play. Here we are again, only 3 inside. Give is to LaRocca. LaRocca finds a hole on the right side. Coming in from behind with a nice tackle is Roberto Robinson, but a big gain by LaRocca. First down, Pittsford. Some very interesting play calling here from Pittsford. Trickerations here on the setup. LaRocca gets a big gain across midfield. 3:48, 47, 46, clock ticking here. Pittsford up 23-0 here in the second quarter as we wind down toward halftime. Rhodey in the backfield with Lewis. Lewis puts LaRocca in motion. Lewis fakes the give to LaRocca. Goes far left. That might be a live ball. Incomplete, says the official on that side. Another funky setup with the pass going wide to Evan Smith. Here's another look at it. Smith drops back into the backfield. This ball almost looks like it goes backwards, but it's blown dead as an incomplete pass by the line judge right there. That could have been dangerous right there for Pittsford. Christian James all over it. Nonetheless, it goes in as an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Flag out on the field. The announcement here was a sideline warning to Monroe. I think they were rightfully upset at that last call. Still conversation happening by the officials on the other side of the field. They are now talking to the Monroe sideline. There appears to be a penalty against Pittsford. Coach Molinich all smiles here. He is as confused as a lot of us are, I think. The 5-yard call will bring up 2nd and 15 for the Panthers. I don't have clarity on this one, folks, but it might be the receiver on that play didn't check in as eligible, perhaps. Results also in a loss of down. Well, after all that, here we go. Lewis fakes the handoff, drops back, fires over the middle, deep downfield, got his man Green, and Green is going to go in for the touchdown. Lewis to Green for the 3rd time today. Here you get another look at it. This is a 53-yard strike. Lewis over the top, a perfectly thrown ball. Green with a step in front of the coverage. That wasn't bad coverage. Green just outran him. Comes down with the ball and gets into the end zone for the Pittsford touchdown. Point after coming up right here. We sit at 29-0. Low kick does find its way through, and we are now at 30-0 on the Lewis to Green strike number 3. A beautiful ball over the top. Green outrunning everybody. Going to get another look at it right here. This is a 53-yard touchdown. Christian James just a step behind and on the reception almost manages to drag him down, but Green with an outstanding play to get free and find his way into the end zone for the 3rd time today. Green with 3 first-half touchdowns. And we sit here now at 30-0 with 3:09 to play here in the first half. I want to mention that in a conversation I had in the pregame with the Monroe coaching staff, this is a group of men and young men who are very proud of this season. We've talked a couple times about how more than the bulk of their games have been very close battles. The 0-5 record not indicative of the talent on this team. This is also a team that, if you follow the news and know the transportation issues in the city of Rochester and the school district, these are kids that are coming from all over the district. The Monroe football team represents 6 different high schools in the city school district. These are kids that are getting their own way to practice. They're walking there. They're getting rides. They're going to class. They're getting to practice. They're getting to games. This is a team that has worked as hard, if not harder, than any team here. And these coaches are incredibly proud of all of these young men. These are kids that continue to battle. 30-0 looks very, very daunting. This is hardly a game that is finished here. Monroe is capable. Monroe has some tremendous athletes. We're going to see some good football here the rest of the way. Kickoff on the way, bounces in front of Johnson, catches it on one hop, tries to turn left. Here he comes. Johnson, big stiff arm, does get free, but gets tripped up. Upset about getting tripped down there. Sura got shoved with the stiff arm, but got enough of Johnson just to get him off balance. Johnson falls down. Monroe now will have a 1st and 10 from their own 23. Elijah Salim, one of the rocks on this offensive line, out there with Amari Jackson. Christian Rosario, as his Monroe family calls him, Champagne Poppy. Noah Hill goes for the snap, but another whistle. Timeout called by Monroe, their 2nd of the half. We'll pause for a quick video here. Please stay with us, everybody, watching Pittsford and Monroe on Varsity Media Sports Network. Back from the great break and our look at the Menden pep rally. Hill takes the snap, drops back, fires over the middle, ball bounces, trying to find Edmonds. Edmonds can't quite get the handle. Ball skips its way there, incomplete. Video package you just saw was the Menden half of the pep rally leading into this game. Pittsford, a combination of both Pittsford Menden and Pittsford Sutherland. We may get a peek at the Sutherland festivities later in our broadcast. Robert Foltz, Ben Reefstick holding down the middle of that Pittsford D line right now. Hill drops back, looking left, now chased left, flushed out of the pocket. He's just going to get rid of that ball. Ball found its mark, and it was incomplete. It fell into the mass of the Pittsford sideline, and confusion on whether or not Robinson came down with it. It appears he didn't. Hill was just flushed to his right, his left, our right, correction. threw it up to the sideline. I think the only thing that could have happened there was what happened, an incomplete pass, unless Robinson brings it down. Hill takes the snap, drops back, looks left once again, fires up at the top, looking for Johnson, ball batted away. Good defensive play down there over the top by Lewis. Johnson looking for a flag. Lewis got up real high to bat that ball out of the air. Nice athletic play by the Pittsford quarterback / defensive back. James Cook, the Pittsford linebacker, out near that position as well. Rivera will back up the punt once again. Rivera will punt it away here with 2:44 to play. Line drive kick, bounces out at midfield, does get a Monroe bounce. It's gonna just cross midfield. Sam Renica just watched that roll past him, as does Rex Idlin. Here's your look at today's score with some of the season records and statistics in there, where we sit coming into today. Pittsford at 3-2, Monroe at 0-5. You see their seeds at the bottom there in the AA division. This is a battle that will influence seeding down the road. Pittsford trying to hold off a trio of teams all at 2 and 3 coming up behind them. Monroe right now looking at a potential matchup with Aquinas or McQuaid, but a lot of football left to be had here, both today and the rest of this season. Lewis, give inside. Is to Edwards. Jackson on the tackle down there for Monroe. Kiar Edwards checking in. Edwards right to Lewis's right. Fake handoff. Lewis looks to his right, finds his man, dodges a tackle. Nice play down here in front of us by DeMayo. DeMayo gets hauled down by Juan Rivera. A.J. DeMayo. Here you get another look at it. Lewis with pressure in his face. DeMayo shrugs off the tackle down there from Mark Mathis. And with a timeout on the field with a shaken up player, we're going to take another look at some Pittsford festivities this week. LaRocca and Brennan Smith out wide to Lewis's right as we come back after I look at the Sutherland fund this week for homecoming. You got Edwards once again in the backfield. Far side of the field, A.J. DeMayo. Here we go, 1st and 10. Lewis puts DeMayo in motion. Lewis drops, gives inside. Handoff went to Edwards. Edwards plowing through a couple different guys, dragged down at the end by Rajon Lott. Chauncey White-Oliver checks back in after heading off on that last play. Khalil Graham and Damaris Killings head off, covering on that last one. DeMeo in motion. Lewis takes the snap. Inside handoff. Now moving right, but taken down is Edwards. Flag comes in at the end. Christian Rosario on the tackle in there with Rivera. Flag is a hold against the offense. 10 yards will back up Pittsford. Second and 20 will happen here with a minute and change left here in the second quarter. 30-0 your score right here from Pittsford. Panthers all over Monroe right now. Edwards in the backfield with Lewis. Lewis rolling left, now fires over the middle and deep. Knocked away at the end. Good defensive play by Jayden Johnson over Cooper Wilton. Wilton and Johnson both went up. This is a big arm from this kid right here. This ball sails 40-plus yards. Wilton and Johnson both go up. Johnson gets the better of it, smacking the ball to the ground. This will bring up 2nd and 20 for Pittsford. Lewis, shotgun set. Once again, Edwards to his left. Looking again, hits Edwards, I should say. Lewis busting outside, getting his way back to the original line of scrimmage and getting more. Big gain by Kiara Edwards. Edwards takes that pass in the backfield and gets a big gain and a first down. See it right here. Being chased back here by Amari Jackson. Gets outside. Good downfield block from LaRocca. And then shoved out of bounds by Trey Rivers. Pittsford will now come set from the 18-yard line on the Monroe side of the field. Lewis drops back, fires over the middle, has his man inside to the end zone, touchdown. Number 1, Cooper Wilton on the reception. Lewis to Wilton for the touchdown. You get another look at it right here. Line drive strike. Wilton in a very small space between Edmonds and Robinson. Not a lot of room there, but Lewis found that little hole, that little opening. Hits his man for the Pittsford touchdown. Point after flies through. And on Lewis's 4th touchdown pass of the game, first one of the day to Cooper Wilton, Pittsford now finds himself ahead with about 31 seconds to play here in the first half. Pittsford on top 37-0. Wilton came off the snap, fired those feet inside, took a nice slant route toward the middle of the field. Lewis, a very small window, hits his man, and Wilton takes it home for the touchdown. This has been a very, very loud Pittsford crowd all day. This is a team that is extremely excited about their team this year. It's homecoming week. Teams get into the festivities and the excitement surrounding all this, and this Pittsford crowd is loud. Get a good look at the student section right there. And I assure you, the kids bouncing up and down, we are moving up here in the press box. They are moving this whole thing. Kickoff sails to Johnson. Johnson from right to left, cross field. Long strides. This is a fast kid. He's got some space, and he's going to go all the way. There do not appear to be any flags on the field. Touchdown, Monroe. The Pittsford defense has done a real good job of holding him up the last few possessions. He's not found a lot of space. But if you get the ball in this kid's hands and give him a little room, he can do just what you just saw. Jayden Johnson brings it to the house. The kickoff return, touchdown Monroe. Here's another look at it. Switches fields. These long strides from this super athletic kid. I can't even say he's dodging tackles. He's just running by tacklers. And he opens up at about the 20-yard line. No one there, and he goes in for the touchdown. Monroe on the board now. Setting up for the two-point try here. Hill takes the snap, looks to his left, fires over, can't find Johnson for that one. In on the coverage and maybe bouncing around on a hobble ankle. Hopefully he's okay, is Nick Senko. And with that, we've got 18 seconds and change following that dynamite kickoff return by Jayden Johnson, the senior wide receiver from Monroe. We now have a 37-6 game as Monroe gets their way onto the board. Here you see it one more time. I meant what I said before. This young man just runs past the tacklers. Outstanding block right there upfield from Elijah Salim. Want to make mention, you're going to see an outstanding block from Salim from last week. And you see the Varsity Media Plays of the Week here at halftime. Stay tuned for it. Fumble returned by Edmonds against Hilton last week. Outstanding block by that young man on that play. I'm a Hilton guy, and I'm super impressed by that one. Kickoff downfield. Brought out and tackled around the 32-yard line. Rivera gets down there to make the tackle after kicking it off himself. The returner was DeMeo. Flag comes in after the play. Dead ball penalty against Monroe. Correction, that might be a shot to the head from Monroe. Perhaps on the tackle. Personal foul will bring this ball well upfield. Nevertheless, Pittsford will take over at their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10 with only 12 seconds and change to play. Tight formation here. We might see a knee or a handoff. Trying to battle outside for a little of a crease. Edwards can't quite find some space. Mari Jackson on the tackle. Flag on the play. Face mask against the offense. That's a holding penalty, correction. Clock has now been started, and this will take us down to halftime. And I think after all that, we are now officially at halftime. A messy last 12 seconds and change here, but nonetheless, we are now at halftime from Motorway Field in Pittsford, New York, where the Pittsford Panthers lead the Monroe Red Jackets 37-6 at halftime of this AA battle here in boys football. Folks, we got some great stuff here lined up for halftime. Stay with us through the halftime, and then come right back here for the third quarter. You are watching high school football on Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open is Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touch.
Pittsburgh Panther cheerleaders.
As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight.
Weekend to bring home some of our all-time greatest athletes in Pittsford history, our Pittsford Hall of Fame inductees. It's our distinct pleasure to introduce some of our inductees from 2019 and 2020. Our first inductee, 2019 inductee, is Troy Forte. Troy is inducted for wrestling. He was part of the Pittsford Men class of 2001. Troy was a three-time captain and a four-time MVP. He was a three-time Section 5 champion, a four-time All-Greater Rochester, and 2001 Wrestler of the Year. Troy was a three-time All-American and a three-time state participant and state champion in 2001. Welcome home, Troy, and congratulations on your induction into the Pittsford Athletic Hall of Fame. Next is our absolute pleasure to welcome Scott Wilson. Scott is being inducted for soccer and ice hockey. He was a member of the 1986 Sutherland High School class. In soccer, Scott was a 3-year starter and leading goal scorer in Monroe County in his senior year. He was an All-Greater Rochester selection and a state championship offensive MVP with 3 goals. In hockey, he was a 4-year starter, the all-time leader in points, second first-team All-County. Two-time first-team All-County. Welcome, Scott Wilson, back. Welcome back to Sutherland, Scott, and congratulations on your induction into the Pittsford Athletic Hall of Fame. It is our pleasure to welcome our next inductee, Eric Miller Sunstead. Eric is a member of the Pittsford Mendon class of 1983. He is being inducted for soccer. He graduated as the school's all-time leading scorer. He was a county scoring champion in his senior year, 2-time All-County, first-team All-Greater Rochester, first-team All-State, and Eric scored the winning goal in the state championship game to secure the title for the Vikings. Welcome back to Pittsford, Eric. Congratulations on your induction to the Pittsford Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee, it's our honor to welcome, on behalf of Ian Polarsky, Ian's father, Jack. Ian's being inducted for soccer. He was a member of the Sutherland class of 2001. Ian was a team captain and a scholar athlete. He scored 23 goals and had 13 assists in his senior year. Ian led the Knights to a sectional title and was a 2-time All-Greater Rochester selection. In 1999, Ian was named AGR Player of the Year. He led Sutherland to the state Final Four. Congratulations. Welcome back to Jack on behalf of Ian. Congratulations on your induction into the Pittsford Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next Hall of Famer, Justin Smith. Justin is being honored as a 3-sport participant, football, alpine ski, and baseball. Justin was a Mendon class of 1990. In football, he played tight end, outside linebacker, and defensive end. He served as a co-captain. He was a 3-time All-County skier with championships in both slalom and giant slalom. Justin was a first-team All-County in baseball as a pitcher and a center fielder, and he was a Mendon baseball team MVP. Congratulations, Justin, on being inducted into the Pittsford Athletic Hall of Fame.
When I came here in 1999, I saw that we were allowed to go to school for free and get a free education, and having a whole country behind you as a student. But Haiti, by the time you're 3 years old until you're 18, you got to pay to go to school. So the majority of the kids in Haiti doesn't get that opportunity because it could be because parents cannot afford. When you have 60% of the country living less than $1 a day, are you going to choose either to feed the kids or send them to school? The majority of the parents usually choose to feed the kid. The Go With Haiti project is something I have started on my own since 2016. The reason that I started is because 2010, Haiti was hit with a 7 magnitude earthquake. And then from there was a lot of kids in the street that were not going to school. So as I was walking around my village in Haiti, I was able to see kids that were not going to school. So I came up with the idea is to collect shoes, clothes, binders, school supplies to take back to Haiti. I actually grew up in Pittsford and went to school in Pittsford. So when I came back to coach, and for them to actually, when I came up with this project, for them to actually said, yeah, thumbs up, we'll help you do it. It's a dream come true for me.
Coach Lewis has been part of our football program for a long time and coached for us probably the last 6 years. We're trying to gather materials for kids that go to school, as well as monies to help pay for the tuition for the year.
Some of my team players have collecting flyers to donate to their to give to their neighborhood. Now I have collected clothes, book bags, shoes, school supplies, exactly what we need, because Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. The goal is to go to Haiti once a year to donate those items myself, but with the gang violence and the people up being in the street, sometimes it could be very difficult to travel.
This weekend, it's homecoming in Pittsford, a time when both schools come together for a week-long celebration to demonstrate their school spirit. And it's also a perfect time for the community to rally together to support a great cause like the Haiti Kids Project.
I think that's the most exciting thing this week. Homecoming, yes. Football, awesome, but everybody's coming together. This is going to be, I think, a great event to help as many people as we can.
I would like to make this a community effort because I went to school here and I know what we're about. We are one community and we have to continue to embrace people from different backgrounds. I always live by this quote that says, another person's trash is another person's treasure. And my people will be able to benefit from those supplies.
For more information and to help support the Haiti Kids Project, please reach out to Coach Dennis Lewis or Head Coach Keith Mullinich. You can also make donations directly through Cash App and Venmo.
This is a dream for me to give back to my community in a small village back home.
As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050.
as you take in the sights and sounds of the Pittsford Pep Band here at Ordway Field in Pittsford, New York. The score you see on your screen there, the Pittsford Panthers 37, the Monroe Red Jackets 6. This is a AA boys football battle here in Monroe County. Once again, I am Bill Smith, hear you from Pittsford, calling the action here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Folks, we had an explosive first half, certainly for Pittsford. Monroe's dynamite wide receiver, Jayden Johnson, got a big play toward the end to get his team on the board. The story of that first half was the combination of quarterback, as our press box starts to bounce around again. This Pittsford crowd is intense. The connection of quarterback Caleb Lewis to wide receiver Jackson Green. Jackson Green, a dynamite wide receiver in his own right. They connected 3 times, 3 of Lewis's 4 touchdowns in the first half, and there is your score. There was certainly the interception returned by Nick Senko, and then the touchdown pass to Cooper Wilton as well, the 4th touchdown pass of the day for Lewis. All of that leads us to where you have us sitting now at 37-6 in favor of Pittsford. Pittsford looking to move their record, I should say, to 4-2 if they hold on and win today. That will keep them in front of a few different schools chasing them in the standings, in the AA standings. You've got Victor, Rush Henrietta, and Hilton all at 2 and 3. And right now, when Monroe County scores, Victor down at Aquinas 27-14 in the 4th quarter. Hilton getting shut out by McQuaid 21-0 at halftime. We are underway here. Pittsford's second half. Kick being returned out here by Jake LaRocca. LaRocca gets hauled down from his own near his own 20-yard line by Amari Jackson. Pittsford will start it at their own 25, 1st and 10, as we get the 3rd quarter well underway here. Hope you caught some of the plays of the week during our halftime show there. You saw a couple of players featured in today's game. You would have seen Jackson Green's 2 touchdowns for Pittsford last week against Victor. You would have seen Christopher Edmonds' 66-yard fumble return against Hilton here for Monroe, featuring that huge block I mentioned by Elijah Salim, the Monroe lineman. Pass finds its way outside and complete and up the right sideline. Knocked out of bounds. Lewis finds LaRocca. He's shaken up a little bit when he's shoved out of bounds. Rivers tackle. Pittsford flagged for an illegal block on this play. This will actually bring this play back. We will try to see if Jake LaRocca is all right. He was definitely shaken up there as he was hit out of bounds. His long reception there, though, undone by the illegal block penalty. This will bring us back to a 1st and 20 for Pittsford. First and 18, perhaps. Now a little confusion, another flag on the field. Appears to be too many men for Monroe. There are 12 red shirts out there. That is 1 too many. That will negate the last penalty. Almost. 1st and 12 here. Lewis behind center. Give is inside once again to Edwards. Edwards busting around the left side, gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't quite get around Christian Edmonds. Rivera down there as well. Edwards picking up a lot of the work here. Late first half and now into the second half. Senko getting the bulk of the carries in the first half, giving way here for Edwards, who's shown some explosiveness of his own, especially on that long reception he had back in the first half. Snap is to Lewis, give to Edwards. Edwards inside, busting off a tackle. Tried to fight through Amari Jackson, but Jackson held on, took him down. White Oliver in there as well.
Third down and 5 for the Panthers.
Third and 5. Lewis takes the snap, looking to throw, turns right, finds his man. Close to a first down on the reception by Brennan Smith, and he does have it. First down, Pittsford. The son of Pittsford Hall of Famer Justin Smith on the reception there. Who appears to be sitting right in front of us here, enjoying the shout out from the booth. Green split wide. Green with his 3 touchdowns in the first half. Witten over here on the other side of the field. Lewis in the backfield. Takes the snap. Give this to Edmonds. Edwards. Bus inside for a yard or two, taken down by Rivera and Rajon Lott. Tyler Overy holding the line down on the inside right now for the Pittsford Panthers. Give it to Edwards. Edmonds and White Oliver in on the tackle. Pittsford now very content to just feed the ball to their senior running back, Kiar Edwards. Strong kid, powerful runner. Chew clock, get yards. Move us here in the third quarter. Lewis takes the snap, gives to Edwards again. Edwards up the middle, finds some space. Gets hauled down by Chauncey White Oliver after a gain of 24 yards. Tremendous run by the senior running back. He takes a breather as Pittsford moves the chains. Nick Senko back in the backfield now with Lewis. Green split wide. LaRocca split wide out this way. LaRocca takes the pitch. He's heading to the left side, trying to get around the corner. Busts through, but gets hauled down by Trey Rivers. Little wide receiver sweep for LaRocca. 8-yard gain. We'll see 2nd and 2 here from the Monroe 31-yard line. Evan the Smith continuing to hold down the tackle position. Brennan Smith, the tight end, lined up right next to him. Snap is to Lewis. And the handoff up the middle, finding an awful lot of room and almost taking it to pay dirt. Getting taken down at the 5-yard line is Nick Senko. Mathis. Great blocking inside by Nesmith. Hole created there down there by Nesmith and Smith. Senko almost busts his way in the end zone. Taken down at the 5 by Mark Mathis. We've got a 1st and goal here from the Monroe 6. Lewis being very patient. Give his inside to Edwards. Edwards turns left, goes inside. Touchdown, Pittsford. Edwards rolls it in from 6 yards out. And that puts the Pittsford Panthers up 43-0. And I believe on that play, my guest here in the booth, Pittsford AD Scott Barker, squad's looking pretty good right now.
Doing great. They're blocking up front well. Seem to be hitting on all cylinders with offensive plays.
Point after, no good on that one. Here's a look at the touchdown right there. I think an unsung hero in the running game here for this team. Tonight, definitely, maybe all season, Jack Armanini, that fullback, just helping to start those holes, and then those big guys in the offensive line certainly making holes. But between the running game and the passing game, I mean, the Pittsford offense today just looks very, very sharp.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks they've looked great. Jackson Green coming back opens up the passing game a lot for them, and when Pittsford can run the football, we tend to be very successful.
They've proven that running the ball and passing the ball are both strengths of this team. You're the second person today that has said to me, it's the running game that drives this team. It's the running game that drives this team. And then you have a first half where Lewis throws 4 touchdowns. So this is a team that can really click on every cylinder.
Yeah, they can, and we're a run-oriented team. But when you have an athlete like Jackson Green and you've got Caleb throwing him the football, you know, any good coach is going to take advantage of those athletes. And Coach Mullinich, Coach Burness have done a great job establishing a game plan today.
Coach Mullinich was talking to me this week about just the team getting healthier, coming together, kind of finding their rhythm, kind of finding their way, both, you know, the right pieces in the right spots, if you want to talk lineups or rosters or what have you. But it's from day one against this same Monroe team to today, there's been quite an evolution. And I think where they're at right now, they're pretty pleased.
Yeah, and Coach and I talked this week, and one thing he said to me was that they keep getting better. So they're working hard at practice, they're developing fundamentals, and all of that leads to success. And right now, we're aimed for the long haul here, not just the short game.
The fact that we're sitting here in the third quarter, 43-6 over a team that took you to double overtime week one. Now, I've said it a couple different times tonight, and I mean it every single time. This Monroe team has an awful lot of talent on it. So this speaks very highly of how Pittsford is performing tonight. But that's quite a change from that first week where it was, I referred to it as a rocky slugfest in the pregame, because it was just hammer, as I'm boxing to no one who can see me. That's quite a difference from week one. I think that alone should make you guys pretty proud.
Yeah, and, you know, Monroe does have a lot of talent on there, and they've played well against everybody all year long. And, you know, again, I think our team is getting better each week. They're practicing hard. It's a cohesive group, and I think it shows on the field tonight.
Return coming back, and a fumble. Can't quite find the handle again, but does get it back. Was Elijah Salim. Salim had a real nice rumbling battle of a return earlier in the first half. There, couldn't quite keep that ball, but does come up with it at the end. We'll see where this flag takes us after Monroe gets backed up here. Dead ball penalty against Monroe. This will back them up even a little bit more. Mr. Barker, tell us a little bit about homecoming week. We saw images and pictures from both the Mendon and Sutherland pep rally. There's an enormous crowd here tonight. You've got your, I believe, alumni tent set up down here. This is quite an event, quite a week.
It's been a great week, and homecoming is always special in Pittsford. We get a lot of alumni that are coming back. Our team's played home events all week. We have the football game tonight, the Hall of Fame inductions, and tomorrow we end and cap everything off with field hockey and Mendon-Sutherland soccer games. So it's been a long, fun week, but I think everybody's going to be a little bit tired come tomorrow night.
Still getting things set out on the field, figuring out placement for this next Monroe play. Trying to get a look at our line down there. I'd like to give a shout out to our linemen when we can. Guys who battle it out down there in the trenches. Looking at Ben Reefstick down there holding things down with Robert Foltz in the middle for Pittsford. Once again, Christian Rosario will center the ball for his Monroe squad. He's got Jackson and Smith and the rest of his line mates. 1st and 10 for Monroe. Hill, handoff inside Left then right, trying to get around the outside. Here comes Mathis. Mathis looking to turn the corner, and he does. He's got some speed. He's trying to run away from everybody. Late tackle doesn't find the mark. Mathis is going to go all the way for a Monroe touchdown. That play began back at the 9-yard line. That is a 91-yard touchdown. Mr. Barker, we just talked about the athletes on the other side of the ball. I think we just saw an example of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did in the first game. They turned, simple plays into big plays. So, that's exactly the talent that they have, and they can hurt you anytime, anywhere in the field.
Outstanding run. You watch it here. The desperation attempt right there. He runs through it and then runs away from everybody. I love the never give up attitude of Rex Eidlin chasing him down there at the end. That was a dynamite run there by the senior running back from Monroe. Monroe will line up for the 2-point conversion here. Hill's pass floats up, finds its mark. There's Johnson, the dynamite wide receiver. This has been a fun matchup of outstanding wide receivers. Johnson from Monroe and your own Jackson Green. Jackson Green, a basketball player, I hear, by trade. Came over to the football squad, and I've heard your coaches were excited to get him back in the fold.
Yeah, he played football when he was younger, middle school football. Spend a year or two focusing on basketball, and he's a great lacrosse player. So he's a 3-sport athlete that can really do a lot, and as you see, very dynamic on the field.
As a guy who coaches, also, I love the 3-sport athlete. I like the kids involved in more than one sport. It's something you love to see. In addition to the homecoming festivities this week, you just had out on the field prior to this your Hall of Fame ceremony. As a guy who isn't super familiar with the Pittsford family, talk about this year's class and kind of what they mean to Pittsford.
Well, we had some great ones come back. You talk about 2 soccer players that were players of the year, one from Mendon, one from Sutherland. And, they went on to play professional Division I soccer. You've got Justin Smith, who was a professional baseball player. His son's number 18 on our team playing tight end. That's great. And we brought back Scott Wilson, another Sutherland soccer player, and Troy Forte, who was a 2001 state champion and wrestler. All tremendous athletes.
Got a little shout out to Mr. Smith when Brennan had a catch earlier in the game. Got a little look back here from him. I think he was tickled by that.
I think one of the things he whispered to me down there, it's so great that when, to get inducted and your son's here with you. So it's tremendous.
That's got to be a great feeling. Rivera's kick gets taken, but on a knee when he fielded the ball was A.J. DeMeo. So the ball will be placed out at that spot. Mr. Barker, it has been wonderful having you up here. Thanks for throwing some great insights in here, and congrats on this game thus far and homecoming this week.
Great. And I want to especially thank Varsity Media. You guys just do a great job, top-notch in New York State. Really appreciate you guys being here doing the broadcast.
Appreciate you, sir. Good luck. Pittsford will start their way out from their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Lewis heads back out there. He will gather his troops. You see Smith. Once again, you've got your lead blocker down there in Armanini. Give us to Edwards. Edwards finding a hole on the right side. Dodges one tackle. Almost breaks through. Brought down at the end by Khalil Graham. Bartlett in on the stop as well. Clock moving to 50 to play here. Pittsford up 43-14. Lewis gets a snap. Handoff goes left to Edwards. Edwards, another suplex-type tackle down there by Rajon Lott. What a scene here in Pittsford. While we were visiting with their athletic director, We once again got that shaking press box as the crowd came to life. That was quite a visual we just had there as folks here enjoying homecoming on a night when their squad is up 43-14. The Pittsford faithful are all smiles right now. Breaking the huddle. Cameron Blovelt comes right. Lewis in the backfield. Takes the snap, gives to Edwards once again. Edwards inside, can't quite get more than a yard or two. Chauncey White-Oliver in on the stop. He looks to be a little hobbled as he gets up. Salim in on the tackle as well. Nathaniel Cole helping to hold things down on the line right now. One of your tackles there for Pittsford. And it looks like a little bit of a early start for Pittsford. I believe they call it a false start. We'll go with that. I'm not sure who went early, but holding the line right now, doing a bang-up job down there. For Pittsford, I see Ashton Thomas in there. Evan Nesmith still with a strong presence in that right tackle position, doing a dynamite job today, opening a lot of holes for his running backs. Now running left, dragging a tackler with him, Edwards. Rivera, who we've mentioned, gets all over the field. He's got a nose for the ball, that young man. Emphasis on the another from the PA announcer here. Rivera all over the field. And it appears we are going to let these last dozen seconds or so roll away here from the third quarter. And your score at Ordway Field in Pittsford, New York. The Pittsford Panthers 43, the Monroe Red Jackets 14. You're watching a AA battle in boys football here in Monroe County. Stay with us as you continue to watch that very game on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got up. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage. And one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
You are once again live with us here from Pittsford, New York on an absolutely beautiful fall evening. The sun has gone down, but this is a perfect night for high school football. We're in week 6. The leaves are just starting to change color. And we've got a AA battle here. Pittsford on top 43-14 here as we start to the fourth quarter. Already a whistle here as we start to prepare here for this first possession here. Pittsford calls a timeout. We're going to show you a little more footage from the festivities this week in Pittsford. Stay with us right here and enjoy, folks. Back with you here. 3rd and 10. Lewis holds in the backfield, now scrambling away, moves left, tucks the ball away, seeing pressure coming, gets to the sideline and gets shoved out of bounds. Lewis keeps it. Gain on the play of about 5. This will bring up a 4th and 5 for Pittsford, and they are setting back to punt here as the clock continues to wind away here on the 4th quarter. Johnson will be back. Punt is away. Good kick from Noyes. Bounces past Johnson. He watches it roll. Takes a good, healthy Pittsford bounce. And it'll be down at about the 16-yard line by the Pittsford Gunners. Here you're going to get a look at this dynamite wide receiver from Monroe right here, Jayden Johnson. This is a play he made over Pittsford in week 1. This is an 80-yard touchdown in the first quarter. He went up and got it. Took it home to the house here. Jayden Johnson is a dynamite wide receiver, physical, athletic. Here's a play made against Hilton last week. I was watching that one live as a Hilton guy. Is an excellent ball player right there. Here's a play he made against Rush Henrietta. This is a kid who, when he gets into space, you just cannot catch him. He's got great hands. He's physical. Jayden Johnson, one of our key players for tonight. One of the talented athletes on the Monroe side of the ball. Edmonds, Johnson, Rosario, James. Good wide receiver crew for this Monroe team. Hill's got a lot of kids he can go to with that ball. He hands it here to Mathis. Mathis shimmying a little bit, right then left. He earned those 3 yards. Young man, I didn't give you enough credit. You earned those 6 yards. Rajon Lott, Elijah Salim holding the line down. You got Amari Jackson in there as well. Hill pressured out of the pocket, runs inside, gets dragged down. I think he thought he might have been sitting on somebody there when he got taken down, but Tyler Shatters was in on that tackle. Jalen Wims comes off. Checking in is Justin Guidry. Kellen Bronson here in the defensive backfield for Pittsford. Rex Eidlin checks out as well. Hill, give us to Mathis. Mathis fighting for first down yardage. Hard-earned 4 yards there. I think I got it right this time, kid. There is a flag down here. Looks to be against Pittsford. $10 yards tacked on after the run. 15 yards tacked on after the run. A face mask. Jalen Wims checks back in on that defensive line. Wims is a young man who hasn't played football for most, if not all, of his life. Playing for the first time for Pittsford this year, doing a dynamite job inside on that line. Here's a ball up in the air. Double coverage, can't find Johnson. Batted away down there by James Cook. A lot of this second, third, fourth quarter has seen Johnson battling double, even triple coverage at times. That is one of those 50-50 balls that he comes down with a lot, but it is hard to pull that down over 2 different people. Although, watching the highlight package we saw a few minutes ago, he is definitely capable. 2nd and 10 here for the Red Jackets. Their side of midfield, right around the 44-yard line. Give us to Mathis. Mathis shrugs off a tackle inside, tries to bust it out, but gets taken down. John Birch. Mathis gets back just about to the line of scrimmage, if not right there. Kellen Bronson on your screen in the defensive backfield. William Rubert holding down the left side of the D-line. He's joined on that right side by Trey Wallman. Between them, Jalen Wims still. Snap. Taken down in the backfield. Flying in for the sack, Trey Wallman. Wallman came in with a lot of speed. Giving Hill a lot of credit today for his athleticism and his quick release. He could not do it there. Flying through with that sack. Great play by that young man, Trey Wallman. Third and 21. 4th and 21 or so. Correction. Monroe going for it late in this game, down a bunch. Try to make some plays, try to get some momentum. Hill drops back. Great protection. Trying to scramble ahead, though, into space. Can't quite get through that line. And he's dragged down by William Fersman. With William Rubert in there. William and William, the law firm of Fersman and Rubert, takes him down. And the turnover on downs will result in Pittsford taking over at the Monroe 30-yard line. Here's Lewis checking in once again to lead his team here late in this game. Shotgun snap to Lewis. Gave his inside to Edwards. Bumps ahead for around 2. We'll have a 2nd and 8 coming up here. Brendan Toma in there for the Panthers. Jack Van Barren holding down part of that line. Split wide on the other side of the field from where we are, Cameron Blovelt. Close to us this way, Brendan Toma. Give us to Edwards again. Edwards looking to bust left. Trying to get around the outside. Finds a little bit of room. It gets shoved out of bounds by Robinson. Did get himself a solid gain and a first down for Pittsford. First and 10. Ball on the Monroe 20-yard line. Damaris Killings working real hard on that D-line. Chauncey White-Oliver right there with him. Give is to A.J. DeMeo. He barrels ahead for about 4 yards. Tyler Overy holding down a chunk of that line as well. Jalen Wims now on this side of the ball. Wims lined up as the lead blocker here. And wrapped up and taken down in the backfield was DeMeo. Rivera and Killings took him down in the backfield. Nice defensive play there by the Monroe linebackers. That time you see shaking is because these kids in that shot you're seeing right there are shaking this stadium. These are excited kids here on homecoming as we've hit just about hit the final minute of play here in Pittsford. Their squad is ahead currently 43-14. Commonly named victory formation here for Pittsford. Lewis will take a knee. Going to a knee with him. Jalen Wims. And that will cover up our play clock, and that is going to do it here. Time is going to tick away on this. This was a battle of two very good teams. I think the score doesn't really display how good both teams are. That said, your final from Pittsford. Beautiful Ordway Field here on homecoming night for the Pittsford Panthers. They defeat the Monroe Red Jackets 43-14. The early story in this game, the 4 touchdown passes from Lewis in the first half. A couple of big plays from Monroe to get their scores. A 91-yard touchdown run from Mathis and a kickoff return from Johnson. But that's all Monroe could muster tonight, and they fall here 43-14. Pittsford moves to 4-2. Monroe moves along here at 0-6. They will continue to battle. They will continue to grow. Folks, I want to thank you for watching tonight, listening tonight, however you were receiving us tonight. I want to thank all the fans coming out for homecoming. I want to thank Mr. Barker for joining us up here. I want to thank Joel here for pushing all the buttons. I want to thank all the camera folks, everybody down there getting sights and sounds here from Pittsford. One last time, I am Bill Smith from the booth here in Pittsford. Your final score, the Pittsford Panthers 43, the Monroe Red Jackets 14. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for watching Boys Varsity Football on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
When I came here in 1999, I saw that we were allowed to go to school for free and get a free education, and having a whole country behind you as a student. But Haiti, by the time you're 3 years old until you're 18, you got to pay to go to school. So the majority of the kids in Haiti doesn't get that opportunity because it could be because parents cannot afford. When you have 60% of the country living less than $1 a day, are you going to choose either to feed the kids or send them to school? The majority of the parents usually choose to feed the kid. The Go With Haiti project is something I have started on my own since 2016. The reason that I started is because 2010, Haiti was hit with a 7 magnitude earthquake. And then from there was a lot of kids in the street that were not going to school. So as I was walking around my village in Haiti, I was able to see kids that were not going to school. So I came up with the idea is to collect shoes, clothes, binders, school supplies to take back to Haiti. I actually grew up in Pittsford and went to school in Pittsford. So when I came back to coach, and for them to actually, when I came up with this project, for them to actually said, yeah, thumbs up, we'll help you do it. It's a dream come true for me.
Coach Lewis has been part of our football program for a long time and coached for us probably the last 6 years. We're trying to gather materials for kids to go to school, as well as monies to help pay for the tuition for the year.
Some of my team players have collecting flyers to donate to their, to give to their neighborhood. Now I have collected clothes, book bags, shoes, school supplies, exactly what we need, because Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. The goal is to go to Haiti once a year to donate those items myself, but with the gang violence and the people who are being in the street, sometimes it could be very difficult to travel.
This weekend, it's homecoming in Pittsford, a time when both schools come together for a week-long celebration to demonstrate their school spirit. And it's also a perfect time for the community to rally together to support a great cause like the Haiti Kids Project.
I think that's the most exciting thing this week. Homecoming, yes. Football, awesome, but everybody's coming together. This is going to be, I think, a great event to help as many people as we can.
I would like to make this a community effort because I went to school here and I know what we're about. We are one community and we have to continue to embrace people from different backgrounds. And I always live by this quote that says, another person's trash is another person's treasure. And my people will be able to benefit from those supplies.
For more information and to help support the Haiti Kids Project, please reach out to Coach Dennis Lewis or Head Coach Keith Mullinich. You can also make donations directly through Cash App and Venmo.
This is a dream for me to give back to my community in a small village back home.
As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes.